Apple TV had their MLB debut, and apparently it was an abysmal failure. As far as the broadcast goes, Boomer Esiason actually said it's unlistenable. That's what he said. And then a bunch of people from around the Twitterverse, which is not my domain because I'm a curmudgeon, but Brad loves it. And Dave Poole, who's at 2_ring_circus, said on Twitter, I love that name, by the way, and the handle. It sounds more like a radio station morning show than a baseball broadcast. This is pretty bad, end quote. So Dave Poole, if you're listening, jump in and let us know. But did you tune in? I obviously didn't, but
so I didn't watch the Nats and Mets game, and I feel like that's where most of the issue came from. Is that the team they had doing that was not good. The team doing the Astros and Angels, I didn't think it was too bad. I like Katie Nolan, so I was entertained. I like her style, so I was fine with her. For the most part, it was good. Hunter Pence was fine. The presentation, though, like if you don't like what they're saying, just freaking mute it. That's what I say. Like, don't listen to them. Just watch the game.
I know a lot of people that do that
because that's how I watch 90% of games anyway. Because there's so much stuff going on around me in the house, I can't hear what's going on, so I just mute it. Right. The presentation was really good. The visual,
right? All the graphics and
the graphics, the cinematography of all of it. Like some of the shots that they were using, it felt like they were like, okay, MLB The Show does this angle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's replicate it, which was really cool.
Okay.
It was awesome. They kind of took the video game cutscene and applied it to real life, and it was awesome. It looked really good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to jump in and watch the next one, because that sounds appealing, honestly.
Yeah, I thought that part of it was really good because like I got on Twitter and I was like, man, all these people are complaining. Like it's really not like too bad. But then I saw they were talking about the mats and the nets. The Nats and the Mets.
Yeah. Wow. That would be hard.
And I was like, okay, yeah, I didn't watch that game, but I felt like the Angels and Astros game was fine, but I guess you're gonna get more opinion from the East Coast than the West Coast is what's gonna get the attention, and the negativity is gonna get the attention too.
Always, for sure.
So I don't know. I think, and I don't know who did that game, but if it's Scott Braun, I will mute it every time anyway.
I don't know who did it either.
He was doing the YouTube games last year.
Yeah.
And everybody's always like, golly, this guy's so bad. I'm like, yes, he is. He is the reason I stopped listening to the Baseball and Chill podcast with he and Kelly Nash because I couldn't stand him. Like,
right.
He's the worst. Terrible. But
that's amazing. This is quite the stance you're taking, Brad. Did you what?
I was firmly dug into the sand on this one, Brig.
Yeah, you are. Just right stuck in that box. Did you do K-Rod?
I didn't. I actually forgot that it was on. I wanted to watch it. I was like,
so did I. I forgot. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that just forgot.
But so this is the one thing that I heard today. So I was listening to Dan Patrick like I do every day, and they were talking about it, and they're like, okay, so they wanted to replicate the Manning cast with the Manning brothers for baseball. Like that's the point of this. But you're not going to get that if you have a professional play-by-play guy with a former player. You have to let two former players do it.
You do.
And it has to be two former players who have chemistry. The Mannings are brothers.
Right.
So they're going to pick on each other and stuff like that. They have a relationship that you cannot fake. But you've got to have two players do it if you're going to do it, and it's going to be legitimate. You can't have Michael K come in and do it. It's not going to be the same. But I am going to watch it this week and see how it goes.
And I love Michael K. Don't get me wrong. Like I've been
he does a great job
fan for a long time. He's absolutely phenomenal. But you're right. That informal dynamic is just not going to come through as much. I would love to see David Cohn loosen up a little bit and do something like this, but I want to see a rotating cast. I don't know if we brought that up last time we talked about this, but I think if they had a cast, if they had dynamic duos and they had 4 duos and they rotated one a month, we get one team a month, and we get like, I want a power hitter, position player, all-star, and I want a pitcher. Like I want to see Poppy and Pedro at the same time. That would be awesome. Fantastic. Right, if you've got if you got Paul O'Neill and David Cohn at the same time, that would be really cool. You know what I mean? Like if you could get, I don't know, even Pete Rose and I don't know, get somebody else. That would be, Pete. I want Pete Rose and Snoop Dogg. That's what I want. It just hit me. I want Pete Rose and Snoop Dogg.
So this is the thing we're looking for, Brig. When it comes down to it, the thing that we're all looking for is not quite so much polish.
That's right. We want raw.
Right?
Yes.
You know who would
informal.
So if ESPN wants to get a name to put with A-Rod in the box and somebody who appeals to people, do you know who they should use?
It's not J-Lo. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Jomboy.
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be incredible, actually. Jomboy and A-Rod?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I think it would be a lot of fun. People love the way he talks about baseball, and
he does a great job.
Of them.
Me
Outstanding.
Too. I love what he does.
Yeah, I'd actually keep the volume up.
Yeah, and it would be fun to see a far less formal experience with A-Rod, who I think is getting reps in and moving more formal. I wonder if that would be its own dynamic, if they both stayed in their lanes, or if A-Rod would kind of dismantle his formality a little bit and see him kind of mellow out. That'd be really cool, Brad. That's a really cool idea.
I don't know. Maybe we need to put that into the Twitterverse or something and see if it gets some traction.
Speak it into the universe. Yeah, exactly.